Hola, buenas tardes, buenas noches, bienvenidos, bienvenidas a una ponencia más del seminario online organizado por el Comité de Árbitros de la Federación Gallega de Baloncesto. En el día de hoy nos acompaña Oleg Latisevs desde Letonia, árbitro internacional FIBA y Euroliga, con un currículum impresionante que comprende 8 Final Fours de la Euroliga, Eurobaskets, Copas del Mundo, Juegos Olímpicos, etcétera, etcétera, etcétera. El body language y el lenguaje corporal es una de las facetas en las que Oleg destaca, entre otras, por supuesto, pero en las que él más ha trabajado durante años para conseguir afinar y limar los defectos que pudiera tener hasta conseguir casi una perfección. Quiero saludar especialmente a compañeros y compañeras que hoy se han sumado a esta iniciativa desde Bolivia, Colombia y México tras ver en Facebook y contactar con nosotros para poder participar. Muchas gracias, bienvenidos. Y también al resto de participantes, de asistentes de Andalucía, de Aragón, de Asturias, de Baleares, de la Comunidad Valenciana, de Cantabria, Castilla-La Mancha, Castilla y León, Cataluña, Galicia, por supuesto, Extremadura, La Rioja, Madrid, Murcia, Navarra y el País Vasco. Nada más, simplemente decir que me une una gran amistad a Olegs. Nos conocimos en el 99 en un torneo Albert Schweitzer en Mannheim, en Alemania, y luego coincidimos en el 2003 juntos, también junto a Michel Pérez, que estuvo también con nosotros para obtener la licencia FIBA. Luego hemos coincidido en campeonatos del mundo, como en el de España, Eurobasket y en multitud de partidos internacionales en Euroliga. Bueno, muchas gracias a Oleg. Oleg, thank you very much for your collaboration. I'm very sure your lecture will be very interesting. Okay, please, it's your time.
Today we will speak about body language, and the topics for today we will have. I will just go through very quickly. So, and after we will go very directly to each of them, and we'll go. I will explain everything. So the first one is the body language theory. What I found out, how we come to the court as officials, how we greet coaches, managers, players. How we stand 20 minutes before the game, what we do during that time, why it's important to warm up. Then just the beginning of the game, our positioning for the jump ball. Then I will give the tips how I communicate with coaches and players, and then about timeouts, uh, how we look with the referees, reaction to the players after the call, and signals to the table officials what is important. We can translate some things, everything.
Sí, bueno. Can you put the last page? Yeah. Bueno, pues eso dice que vamos a pasar por encima de todos estos puntos del lenguaje corporal, llegada a pista. Bueno, están traducidos la mayor parte de ellos, entonces pues los veis. Y eso, que va a empezar uno por uno a tratar todos estos temas que ha comentado.
Okay, thank you very much. So let's go to the theory. For us, for our profession, is very important how we look and how we show our body to the spectators and to the participants. How much they believe in you if you work and think about the way you look, and it's much more by statistically important than your voice, tone, or words, what you are saying. And this is what I found, that scientists said that the most important was how you looked when you were talking, but not what you said, how strong and confident you looked. So this is much more important than the words that you said.
Bueno, hace referencia a la importancia que tiene el lenguaje corporal, que es mucho más importante que, incluso más importante lo que aparentamos y cómo transmitimos las cosas que lo que decimos realmente. Y bueno, esto, la importancia en el lenguaje corporal en general.
Okay. When we come to the court, it's important that we come in the clean dress with that nothing is spoiled with our uniform or something happened with our uniform. We need to check this before. This is the part of the preparation for also for the body language, because how we feel comfortable in our uniform, it will be seen by people who see you first time. So it's important that when you come to the court, you come confident. And the way how we come to the court is the same way how the coaches are coming to the court before the game. They come, they are greeting players, the fans. We are not greeting anyone, but how confident they are coming to the court. So this is what we need to copy from them to come with the same confidence.
Vale, primero habla de la importancia de ir con la ropa y el uniforme limpio, de sentirnos cómodos con nosotros mismos cuando vamos al partido, para sentirnos con confianza en nosotros mismos, para poder transmitirla, porque realmente esa confianza que nosotros transmitimos tiene mucha importancia, pues eso, a la hora de mostrarnos al resto.
Thank you. Greeting the coaches, table officials, and managers is always important to do the same way in all the competitions. And it doesn't matter which competition you officiate, it should be all the time the same way, so that you create the habits to do this in the right way. When you greet, especially the table officials, and you do this only on the court, you didn't have the meeting with them before, I would recommend you my tip to ask who is doing which job, who is responsible for the 24, for the time, and who is scorer. So it's important that when you present to the table, file the number, everything, or you come to solve some problems, so you know exactly to whom you're gonna speak. This is from my experience, because I spoke with different people, and I explained to him everything, and he said, no, I'm responsible, I'm the statistician, I'm doing a different job. So I had to explain the same things to another people. So know the people you are working with and make the habits to greet all the people in the same way. Pablo?
Ok, en todas las categorías deberíamos saludar tanto a entrenadores como a compañeros oficiales de mesa cuando llegamos a la pista, y deberíamos saber siempre como árbitros qué oficial de mesa realiza cada función, para no incurrir luego en problemas como ir a hablar con la persona que está haciendo el acta y solucionar el problema del acta, hablarlo con el crono o hablar con la estadística o lo que sea. Entonces, eso, tener claro quién realiza cada función y hacer esto siempre en todas las categorías al principio de cada partido, tanto con entrenadores como con compañeros.
Thank you. So the next ones, I will explain what I'm doing 20 minutes before the game. When we come to the court, everybody, people are thinking that we are just referees, but I want to say that we are athletes, that we have been preparing so hard to be in this competition, and that we need to show so that we are preparing just for a particular game in the best possible way. So I will show you examples of the way how people are standing, and this in which way this is the way that will help you to calm down before the game, and you will feel much more confident about what is going on. And when you're observing the players, both teams, coaches, you understand what is going on by this position. If you put the hands behind yourself, just hand in hand, and you will feel much more confident before the game if you do this in such a way. Okay, Pablo?
Vale, sí, comenta que es importante que se nos vea no simplemente como árbitros, sino que realmente se vea que hacemos un esfuerzo en todos los partidos y para llegar a la competición en la que estamos, y hace referencia a esta posición que se ve ahora en la imagen, que es una posición en la cual nosotros deberíamos de estar en la pista observando a ambos equipos y controlando pues, a los entrenadores, jugadores, etcétera, y que además, bueno, como pone en la diapositiva, bueno, ya en español, que nos ayuda a reducir el estrés y a aumentar nuestra confianza y nuestra imagen de confianza.
Okay. So the next thing is warming up before the game. Why we need to do this? I explained that I want to show to people that we are athletes, first of all, that we are warming up the same as the players. But the other thing is that the last time we were warming up was 20 minutes, 22 minutes before the beginning of the game, and then we are standing still without moving. Our muscles are not so hot anymore after the warming up in the corridor. So for me, it's important to warm up before the game to take the stress off. I take the stress out of me by warming up and put the heart rate close to the heart rate of the game. So, but before starting my warming up, my personal warming up habit is that I'm running from 14 to 11 minutes. So it's 3 minutes I run. And there are referees who like to run before, who like to run after, who like to run the same time. So it's very good that we communicate between us who is running when, so that not that there is still one referee who is observing everything. And the other thing, that when we are warming up, we don't need to sprint like crazy to do things. We just need to put the stress down by going running on the sideline, making different speed exercises, but not very crazy, so we don't get injured on the sideline, because there are also people walking. Pablo?
Vale, comenta que considera que es bueno calentar en la pista por 3 motivos. Uno, para que se vea que nosotros también somos deportistas, como los jugadores calentamos dentro del terreno de juego. Otra, porque aunque calentemos antes, tenemos que estar mínimo 20 minutos en la pista, de manera que estaríamos 20 minutos completamente parados sin hacer nada y luego tendríamos que arrancar en frío. Y tercero, como forma de liberar estrés. También dice que hay que organizarse entre los árbitros para, bueno, cuándo calentar cada uno y que no se quede ni un solo árbitro absorbiendo todo el juego y controlando todo, y así podemos calentar entre todos. Y luego que no corramos ni entrenemos, o sea, calentemos en la pista a lo loco, haciendo unos sprints a muerte, sino que, bueno, calentemos con unos ejercicios normales en la línea de banda y con tranquilidad, eso simplemente con el objetivo de calentar.
Okay, thank you. So the next thing is we're going to speak about the jump ball. For everyone is very clear. The jump ball is the ball is going up. We run one side, the other side, but there are many young referees and also the referees who is coming to the competition first time or whatever. And for me, when I was starting to become the crew chief, for me, I was looking stressful, and I didn't understand why. I look stressful when I'm making the jump ball, and what I was doing, I was running to different part of the court. Then I understood that is my body language is killing me, so I need to work on this. What I did for the crew chief position, I make the jump ball, I step 2 steps back, and I'm waiting. I wait till the situation is starting to develop to one side or to the other. So for the other officials, that lead the right or left side, is important to understand that only to one side there is a chance for the fast break for him, is for the left or to the right. So we cannot miss this fast break. Just mentally, we need to be ready that if there is a fast break, we can run to one side and run like crazy. But mentally, we need to be ready on this position with all our body. And this is how they see us, the spectators, the coaches, and the players. They understand that we are ready and we are on the spot if there is something. Because to start with the game with a missed possible foul or violation on the one side on the baseline because the referee was slow, it's a bad beginning of the game.
Vale, comenta que en el salto inicial, bueno, primero nos cuenta él que como árbitro que da el salto inicial, se le notaba muy estresado al principio cuando se veía a sí mismo, y que la forma que tuvo de corregirlo fue, cuando da el salto inicial, dar un par de pasos hacia atrás y mantenerse ahí, aguantar ahí hasta que la jugada se decida. Que antes se movía de un lado hacia el otro, pero que no es necesario, simplemente 2 pasos para atrás y aguantar. Y en los árbitros que están a los lados, controlando el salto inicial, que no son el árbitro principal, que cada uno va a correr hacia un lado, que se mantengan sabiendo hacia qué lado van a tener que correr si es necesario, que esperen a que el juego se decida y que luego salgan corriendo como locos a su posición. Pero eso siempre controlando el juego y esperando a que haya una acción para actuar.
Okay, good. Thank you. So, Jumbo, so everything is written how to do this, 1, 2 steps. If you just want, you will receive, as I understand from Miguel, you will receive this presentation, so you will have all what is written here. So we go next. My favorite, one of my favorite is how we communicate with the coach, how far we can go to communicate with the coach, and what is the words, or what is my personal habits and my personal tips for you to communicate with the coaches. So when we communicate with coaches, it's important to keep the distance so that we are not in the position that somebody is hugging us and can kiss us, or is coming too close to you. The other thing is every time when you want to communicate with a coach, you ask or you call his name, or if you are familiar with that, if this is okay to call his name, or you can call coach, can I talk to you? He's arguing, and if he has a question, because is the best way. First, if you attract his attention, this is the most important, that in the beginning of the communication with the coach. Pablo, can you translate, and then I will continue?
Sí, bueno, dice que nos va a dar una serie de consejos sobre cómo comunicarnos y tratar con los entrenadores, y que principalmente, bueno, que como primera aproximación es tu mejor forma de actuar con ellos. Bueno, lo primero es no mantener una distancia de seguridad, hacer referencia a que no está a una distancia como para poder darnos un abrazo o un beso, pero bueno, eso, mantener una cierta distancia con ellos. Y luego dice que para comunicarnos con ellos, que pues si conocemos su nombre, tenemos confianza, podemos llamarlo por su nombre, o simplemente entrenador, hey entrenador, o hey, y su nombre, y así iniciar la conversación con ellos.
Okay. Communicating with coaches, for me, the most important thing is to be honest with them, because they are people with a huge experience. And if you try to tell them that white is black or black is white, this is not going to working for you. You can honestly say that you missed this thing, you missed the foul, you missed the travel, or you didn't see something. You can say this. This is absolutely okay to say that you didn't see something, because we are not robots. We try to do this. We can explain different things, but we cannot see everything. There is a very good example with the numbers. Many coaches, they like the statistics, and they are following the number of the fouls of one team or the other team. So my answer to them is always that I'm not a mathematician, so I don't count the fouls. My education is I'm master in economics. I know the numbers, but I never say this. The most important that you don't pay attention about this, that you don't care about the numbers, because in the first half it will be one side, the second half will be the other side.
Sí, bueno, dice que lo primero que tenemos que hacer es ser honestos para tratar con los entrenadores, que muchos de ellos tienen mucha experiencia, y que no podemos intentar venderles que algo es negro es blanco, que podemos aceptar que nos hemos equivocado en un tipo de situación, podemos aceptar que nos hemos equivocado al pitarnos pasos o al no pitarlos, una falta o al no pitarla, y que la honestidad es la primera parte. Y que luego tenemos que tener, o sea, que también ellos tienen muy en cuenta los números con los que, pues, que quién realiza la falta, quién anota los puntos, y que, bueno, él tiene que, al tratar con ellos, que también tienen que ser conscientes de que él no lleva la cuenta de todas las faltas ni de todos los puntos.
Okay. So for me, what is important when we communicate with coaches that we don't allow them to touch us, we don't touch them. This is important that we don't touch them, that we can talk to them, but be careful about the way how you are standing and how close you come to them. In the first picture now, you can see that the referee is trying to push or just to touch the coach. That for me, I would not go even so far. I would allow the coach to come in on the court and just look the line, because for me he knows that he is going over the line with the behavior, and in the rules he's going over the line to receive a technical foul. You can manage with this situation when you have some mistakes or something, but he knows that he is going too far, so don't touch anyone, and this will be really much more helpful. That this will be the first thing that the coach will tell you, don't touch me. So this is then it's the communication is going to be much worse than you can imagine. The other thing about communication in our body language, that we are not pointing the finger to anyone, any coach, player. This is important, that we are showing the palm to the player, the palm to the coach or to the player, because in the first time the coach receives this, the next time the coach is doing the same thing to you. So this is not that we would like to receive from this communication. During the timeouts, when you want to communicate and stop you want to stop the timeout and the time is up, I never go to the head coach who is talking to the players. I always go to the assistant. I choose one assistant and I ask him to disturb the coach and come and the players to invite the player, to invite the players on the court. Why I'm doing this? I try to create the atmosphere that the coach is doing his job, and I'm not disturbing because he's losing. He has a different situation on the scoreboard. So and in the other thing is that assistant coach, the closest assistant coach, is understanding that how careful you go to the coach and how careful you communicate that everybody is in the box. So, but there are many situations when assistant coaches are not very, how to say, very attractive and very cooperative with you. So then if he is not, I would say I would not talk to you anymore, because you're not helping me a lot, to ask the coach. And I ask the coach, who should I disturb when I want you to stop the timeout? I will do this in the next opportunity. And then he will tell me one coach, and believe me, between 5 assistant coaches, there will be one who will be super active to call the players to the bench, and he will help you to restart the game as fast as possible. That we are asked to do this from the competition department. Thank you, Pablo.
Vale, lo primero, habla que en cuanto a comunicarse con los entrenadores tenemos que evitar tocar y ser tocados, y que una va relacionada con la otra, porque al final lo que nosotros hagamos también se lo estamos permitiendo hacer a ellos. Entonces, ni no señalar, no tocar, ni levantar, ni apuntar con el dedo, mucho menos empujar a un entrenador. Si está pasándose de la línea o se está acercando mucho a nosotros, entrando en el terreno de juego, simplemente con señalar la línea, él va a saber que lo está haciendo mal. No necesitamos eso, ni tocar, ni empujar, ni señalar, evitar ese tipo de comportamientos. Y después habla que ahora en el tiempo muerto, cuando está el entrenador dando las instrucciones y necesitamos decirles que se ha acabado el tiempo muerto, comunicárselo al asistente, no al entrenador. Así damos una imagen de que el entrenador está realizando su trabajo y que nosotros lo respetamos sin hablar con el asistente para que sea él quien se comunique con el entrenador. En caso de no hacerlo el asistente, lo que tenemos que hacer es decirle a esta persona que, vamos, si no coopera no vamos a hablar más con él, y preguntarle al entrenador con qué persona quiere que nos comuniquemos, que entre 5 asistentes que hay, seguro que hay alguno activo dispuesto a ayudarnos.
Okay, thank you. So let's go to the communication with the players. How we communicate and when we communicate with players. So as we understand, the players are on the court all the time, and we need them to cooperate with us as much as possible so they don't make the mess on the court. So I found out some tips that I can explain during now. So the first thing, when the player is making the foul, for example, pushing somebody but off the ball, and this is not important for the play, and there is a fast break. So I just explained, I tell him that I saw this. I would tell him, don't push the next time because you will get a foul. So if this is not important, if this is important, you just call the foul. If with the hand checking, first you communicate with them, you say hands off. If there is no, you make you call the foul. So every time I try to give them the space, and first I want to communicate with them. The other thing is on the baseline is my favorite. When I give the ball for the throw-in on the baseline, I speak with the player who is going to receive the ball. I say that this is 6 seconds on the shot clock left. A lot of players are really thankful for this information, because then they organize, because then they check the shot clock and then they have this information. And the next time, if somebody of the players, they say, why you tell him? I say also to you, for the defensive player, that this is 5 seconds on the defensive. So you have to play 5 seconds. It gives also me and my partners the understanding that the shot is going to be very quick, that we need to be alert for the shot clock, for the game clock. So it's important that we need to be very focused in this particular moment, but I like to communicate with players at this moment. Just another tip, when the young player or the new player is coming for the free throws, and I give the ball for the free thrower to make the shots, 1 or 2, I always communicate personally with the young guy who is coming to the rebound. If it's a 1 free throw, I always tell him, be ready, is a 1 free throw. Or it's 2, I say 2, be ready, is 2 free throws. Why is important? He will really understand this and appreciate this, because if he's coming to the court, he doesn't know that this is 1 free throw, and he misses the rebound because he is not ready, the coach will take him out immediately from the game. But in this case, he is ready for the game because I told him very important information. And believe me, you save one situation when you make a bad call. He will not go argue with you in a bad way, but he will tell you in a absolutely different way, because you already gave him some very useful and important information.
Ok, vale, pues ahora haciendo referencia a cómo tratar con los jugadores, se refiere a hacer referencia a cuándo hablar con ellos, cómo hablar con ellos. Nos interesa su cooperación, nos interesa que estén ayudando. Entonces, es importante saber cómo hacer esto. Lo primero, si hay contactos que no vale la pena pitar o consideramos que no son una falta que debamos de pitar, como pueden ser tacteos o algún pequeño empujón, que no pitemos falta, comunicarlo en voz alta, pues por a manos o en el tiempo después, oye, no empujes a tal jugador, y así evitar, sin pitar una falta, que esta situación se repita. Luego, cuando da un saque en línea de fondo, comunicar siempre a los jugadores cuánto tiempo queda en el reloj de lanzamiento. Quedan 6 segundos, quedan 4 segundos. Esto lo hace tanto para la defensa como para el ataque. Dice que si en algún momento algún jugador nos dice, oye, ¿por qué se lo dices? Bueno, pues también se lo estoy diciendo ahora a la defensa, explicárselo así. Y que también ayuda para los compañeros, para estar atentos de, pues, quedan 2 segundos, va a haber un tiro rápido, queda más, lo que sea. Y como punto añadido, dice que en los tiros libres es bueno siempre decir en voz alta cuántos tiros quedan. Queda un tiro, quedan 2, si queda un tiro, pues va a haber rebote. Siempre comunicarnos con ellos. Y dice que es importante, sobre todo, en el caso de que haya jugadores que vengan de un cambio. Es decir, un nuevo jugador que se une al rebote va a tirar, pues comunicarle, mira, te queda un tiro, te quedan 2 tiros o lo que sea, para que esté pendiente también porque ha estado fuera.
Okay, great. So another thing is unsportsmanlike fouls, how we communicate with the player who received an unsportsmanlike foul is on the court, on the floor. I would recommend you not to come to him in any way, not to help him to stand up, because he's very, very emotionally, he feels very bad. Maybe it hurts a lot. So, and you don't want to be the first person who is coming to help him or do something. Let the partners help him to stand up. And in this situation, just be careful about the guy who made the foul, because he can be attacked by the teammates or by the same person. Just be ready that your attention should be not to the person who is on the floor, but to the person who made the contact, because this is important that we observe this person to avoid any fighting situations. And if you want to confirm the players how you communicate, okay, this is the way how we don't want to communicate with players, and that we don't use any aggressive signals with the players. That and as you understand, finger is the most aggressive signal that we can show to any player, and then they get much more crazy. So these small tips, I hope they will help you to implement in your game. Just small things to change something that you will change with your body, how you communicate with the players. Pablo.
Bueno, primero aquí hacer referencia a cómo actuar en las faltas antideportivas. Lo primero que dice es que cuando un jugador después de una falta antideportiva se cae al suelo, evitamos ser nosotros los que lo levantamos o la primera persona que va a encontrarse con él, porque es una persona que está alterada, que acaba de recibir una falta que, bueno, ha podido alterarlo bastante, y que nos interesa que sean sus compañeros quienes estén alrededor al principio. Que deberíamos de centrar siempre nuestra atención en la persona que realiza la falta, por una posible respuesta de la persona que la recibe o por cualquier compañero suyo. Pues eso, ante cualquier situación, estar pendientes de la persona que igual recibe una respuesta por la falta que acaba de realizar. Después dice que no podemos ser agresivos con los jugadores en nuestra señalización, en nuestra forma de comunicarnos con ellos, pues como la que se ve en la imagen o la anterior, señalando con los dedos, que es un gesto muy agresivo que lo único que va a conseguir es alterar más al jugador con el que estamos hablando, que no va a ayudar en ningún momento a calmar el partido.
Okay, good, thank you. Timeouts, my favorite for the body language. This is how we look. First, I will explain that we should do is that we need to open our body. We share all the information that we have, that we say everything what happened. So, and we give important information. We listen to our partners, and we let everybody speak. We do not touch our partners. We don't put the hands on them or any kind of gestures. We don't make gestures. We do not close because we cannot understand anything that we are speaking. We speak clearly. If you didn't understand something, don't say yes, 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 but ask again, what do you mean, and explain. So we are on the same page that we understand what we are speaking about. Pablo, I believe that everything is written, so we don't need the translation, right?
Sí, yo creo que sí. I think so.
Okay. So we don't close the mouth, so then we are clearly speaking. So this is a good way of how we communicate and professional way of look of the referees. We don't make gestures, as I explained to you, how big fish you catch. So we don't touch each other because it looks really bad and everybody wants to control each other. So we try not to close our body, we open the body. This is a good example. This is not a good example. So by the body language exactly, we can say that this there is a problem in this crew between the referees. So they are arguing again about something, and this is the teamwork is going down in such a body language picture. Okay, Pablo.
Bueno, comenta lo mismo que venía en la página anterior explicado con fotos, que evitamos tocarnos entre nosotros, evitamos hacer gestos pues muy visibles o taparnos la boca. Dice que es mucho mejor la imagen previa a esta, en la que los árbitros están con los brazos abiertos, sino con esta imagen que da la sensación de que pues están discutiendo sobre algo o hay algún problema entre el trío arbitral en este caso.
And one small tip for the young officials, when you are during the timeout with the senior referees, they will always try to put the hand on you, just that you feel that they are like covering you, that everything is okay. When I was young, I didn't like it, and I had a tip that I check my shoelaces during that time, and then immediately the hands go down, and then I stood up after a second, and we could communicate. Pablo, you can explain this.
Sí, sí. Decía que, bueno, en el caso de los árbitros más jóvenes, cuando van con compañeros más mayores, más veteranos, a veces tienen gestos en los tiempos muertos, como apoyar la mano sobre el compañero para hacerlo sentir protegido o cubierto, y que pues, en su caso en concreto no le gustaba mucho, y que, bueno, en este tipo de situaciones él lo que hacía era atarse los cordones, bajar un segundo, agacharse un segundo para atarse los cordones. Cuando veía esto, entonces cuando se levantaba, pues ya no estaba en la misma situación.
Okay, good. So there are two positions we will speak about. The free throw position for the referees. As you know, we are the referee who is center referee, is close to the coach, to the bench. So in my suggestion is that when you are standing there, don't stay close to the line for the to the line to the sideline close to the coach, but you are standing 2 meters inside the court so that the coach will not disturb you with his way of trying to convince you about some fouls, travels, or whatever is going on. Okay, Pablo.
Vale. Comenta que, bueno, en el caso de los tiros libres tenemos 3 árbitros y primero hace referencia al árbitro de centro, que dice que es el que está del lado del banquillo y que este debe de evitar estar muy pegado al banquillo, pues para evitar que el entrenador le proteste o le moleste. De manera que con estar un par de metros dentro de la pista, alejado de la línea de banda, este problema ya no existiría.
Okay. So for the positions, for the I would like to say about trail official. When we make the calls, usually, and there are free throws, is the referee who made the call is trail official. I would suggest that you, when you go to your spot, to the trail official, and the coach will try to find you to show you something that this is not a foul, I suggest you not to look at him, especially after a difficult call, because he will kick you out mentally, for about 1 minute, and you will make some mistakes during this time. So you don't look at him, because he will argue with you with different signals, with the body language, with the face, and from your position. Usually I did this before, and I found out that this is not a very professional way, that I tried to show him what was the foul, there was a push, whatever. So it looked bad on the picture. So I would suggest you that you don't focus on what is going on with the coach when you are standing on the trail position.
Vale, aquí hace referencia al árbitro de cola, es el trail referee, y dice que bueno, que es el árbitro habitualmente que es el que pita la falta. Entonces, cuando la pitemos, que no nos quedemos que no busquemos con la mirada al jugador, que evitemos y vayamos a señalizar, porque él nos va probablemente a protestar o explicar por qué eso no es falta, y que eso puede echarnos del partido o al menos sacarnos 1 o 2 minutos, y esto puede producir que cometamos errores. Entonces, eso, evitar esa comunicación y evitar explicar con gestos, pues se empujó, o es que le tacleaste, o es que le diste en la cabeza, porque luego en la imagen se ve realmente mal. Entonces, eso, evitar esa comunicación con el jugador al que se le ha pitado la falta.
Okay. So, to the action of the players, there is one thing I checked with myself. I really like it. So when I make the call and I'm absolutely sure about that the player made the foul, so I try to look directly to the eyes of the player who made the foul, and then he understood how strong you are with your signal. What I would suggest is when you make the foul and you are sure about the foul, keep this position for about 1-2 seconds on the spot. Don't run immediately to present the foul. So you stay there for 2 seconds, 1, 2, and then you walk to the signal, to the table. You make the signal that is the number of the foul. Is the most important is the number. So you show the number longer, and then is what was the nature of the foul, you shall say later on. The other thing is when we want to stop the players, we stop with 2 hands, not to come to us, or with 1 hand. If you want to show somebody to believe you, so then you can put the hand on your chest and to say, believe me, I saw this. So this, if you want to convince some players. And if you didn't see something, this is absolutely said, I didn't see this. So this is a reaction to the players. Remember, we don't show fingers. We just show the direction, and we try not to point the player. So with 2 hands, reaction to the player, we ask them, stop now, stop now. I will come to you when I can, but not now. When you want to convince somebody, you say, believe me, I saw this, and or stop also this one. And if you didn't know something, you can say immediately, I don't know, I didn't see this, because we are humans. Pablo?
Vale, lo primero que dice es que en el caso de que estemos muy seguros de una pitada que hemos hecho, podemos sancionarla levantando el puño y aguantando un par de segundos en esa posición. Incluso en ese caso sí que podemos mirar al jugador a los ojos con confianza en que realmente sabemos lo que hemos pitado. Si el jugador, bueno, dice que para señalizar la mesa, que aguantemos incluso un poquito más el número del jugador, un pelín más de tiempo, y luego señalizar naturaleza de la falta y el resto. Que cuando un jugador se nos acerca para protestarnos, que podemos separarlo, alejarlo de nosotros, marcar distancia con las 2 manos, como se ve en esta imagen, con una mano en el pecho y con otra estirada para marcar confianza cuando estamos seguros de una pitada. Poner una mano en el pecho transmite confianza en lo que nosotros hemos pitado, y que ante una situación en la que nos está protestando algo que no sabemos, no hemos visto o no hemos podido valorar, que podemos levantar las 2 manos en señal de no lo he visto, con naturalidad, simplemente pues eso, transmitir el desconocimiento, como se ve ahí.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Signals is the most important that we have to convince everybody that we are doing what that we are professionals in this, and without practice there is no chance. I officiate basketball for 26 years, and I still stop in front of the mirror and practice my signals. I do everything and create my own style, but I take different things from different referees that I try. For example, if you want to change some signals, by statistically, you need 21 repetition in different games. I needed 40 games to change one signal. It takes longer for me. But what I would suggest you that you work on your signals as much as possible, because more than you work on the rules or video clips, how we are working now, because this is a part where you can make your picture much more professional and better and trustful. So you copy the best referees, you look at them, you copy the best referees, but you create your own style with the signaling, with the showing the out of bounds like this, like this, like this. You can find different small details that makes you different from the others. And don't make the copy from one official, then everybody would say that this is the copy of this referee, they are just a copy. Nobody wants to be the copy. Everybody wants to be really professionals. And when you do this, be more with the palm, with the more positive, and I would suggest to work as much as you can on the signals. Pablo?
Bueno, comenta que las señales es lo más importante que tenemos, y que la forma en la que nosotros transmitimos con las imágenes es realmente muy importante. Dice que él lleva 26 años arbitrando y aún practica en el espejo sus señalizaciones. Que si es bueno tomar cosas de compañeros, de otros árbitros, sobre todo, bueno, eso, de buenos árbitros, de cosas que nos gustan y que están bien, pero que nunca copiar todo de un mismo árbitro. Tenemos que marcar nuestro propio estilo, y que al final los estilos pues se notan en pequeños detalles de cómo señalizamos cosas en concreto. Dice que para cambiar una señalización, un gesto, estadísticamente hacen falta 21 partidos, tanto, bueno, a él le lleva más, que depende de la persona, a él le lleva cerca de 40, dijo, o 40 y algo. Y eso, bueno, que al final nuestra forma de gestualizar, nuestra forma de hacer los gestos, es nuestra forma de transmitir profesionalidad, de transmitir confianza, y eso, remarcar la importancia que tiene.
Okay. Thank you very much. From me, it was what I wanted to say during this lecture tonight. But I am very open for the questions, as Miguel promised to you that I will answer all the questions, give all the information that I have. So Miguel, you take over and you tell me the questions that we have.
I have the first one. You talk about the aggressive signals, right? But we saw a lot of times how the NBA referee showed aggressive signals, and especially they have one particular one is when they are ejecting the players. He showed a very aggressive. No, this is one of the most aggressive signals. Why is in this way, in your opinion?
They have, I believe that they have this, how to say, protocol, how to do this, and they are doing this by protocol, everybody. Honestly speaking, I did the same signal in Europe, and it didn't work the same way as it should be, but it was worse than I expected. And then I analyzed this game, and I understood that this signal was so aggressive that even the coach who was ejected, he understood that he was wrong. He should be ejected, but he didn't accept my signal, aggressive signal. He would go immediately out, but because of my signal, he turned back and he said, "Fuck you." But this was really, I don't know why they are doing this, to show the power, or what is the idea behind. I cannot tell you, but this is common because all the NBA officials, they are showing this in the same way. And this is, I really love about them, that they have so excellent presentation of the signals. We are much more behind them.
Bueno, no hace falta que Pablo traduzca, ya os lo comento yo. Nada, le preguntaba el tipo de señal que hacen en la NBA cuando descalifican a un jugador, ¿no? Que es muy agresiva. No, bueno, Pablo, no, si quieres traducir tú lo que ha dicho él para no cambiar el orden de la traducción.
Bueno, vale. Comentaba que no sabe de dónde viene este tipo de gestorización, pero bueno, que es un protocolo que mantienen allí y que él probó a intentarlo hacer aquí en Europa y que no salió bien, que el entrenador que se estaba yendo, que había asumido que lo había hecho mal y se tenía que ir, se giró y su reacción fue "fuck you". Y eso, que realmente empeoró el partido, que fue peor de lo que realmente iba, y que luego, analizando el partido, se dio cuenta de que era un gesto demasiado agresivo para lo que el partido quería o necesitaba.
Okay. We have one question from Julio. Julio say, how can we improve facial tension during the game and not show our emotions? ¿Cómo podemos mejorar nuestra tensión facial durante los partidos y no mostrar nuestras emociones? Olegs.
Okay. What I'm doing on the stadium when I go to run, I work a lot of on very specific exercises. I try to run with the look to the court. So when I'm running, I run with to the front, but I'm looking to one side or to the other side. And you need to make these habits all the time, so that in the game when you are running very fast, you are so much concentrating about what is going to the sideline, to the one side, to the other side. Am I okay with this? Is the question was correct, Miguel?
Pablo, please. Yeah. He say about this. Yes, but sorry. Let me say something. I think most of us we are practicing the signals, or we are practicing our body language when our heart is 70. It's different when our heart is 160. So I think, in my opinion, it's much better to practice the reporting to the table, or practice our body language when we are running in the very similar condition that the game is running, you know. But usually we are going to the mirror and we show the signal when we are really very calm. So it's not the same history than in the game, right? Pablo, please.
Sí, primero comentaba Olegs que para practicar lo que hace es, va corriendo, controlando, mirando hacia un lado y hacia el otro, mientras corre, porque realmente lo que tiene importancia cuando corre mientras arbitramos muchas veces está a nuestro lado. Entonces es ese movimiento, ese control, ese mirar hacia los lados, lo que nos permite, bueno, lo podemos practicar cuando calentamos, incluso siempre mirando hacia la pista. Y luego comentaba Miguel que... ¿Qué dijiste, Miguel? Que cuando señalizamos, que no es lo mismo practicar delante de un espejo cuando estamos con unas pulsaciones súper relajadas, que estar a un ritmo muy alto, como es en un partido cuando estamos haciendo 60 pulsaciones. Entonces, que es mucho mejor practicar ese tipo de señalización en unas condiciones similares, pues corriendo, justo después de correr, parar y finalizar.
Ajá. Malvido dice, ¿es conveniente dejar que jugadores y entrenadores nos llamen por nuestro nombre durante el partido? One guy say, if it's in your opinion,
it's good if the player of coaches call you by your name, Olegs, or it's much better if they say, hey, ref, or what is, or Mr. Olegs, Latisevs, or some, or like some coach when they say, Mister, what is your opinion about this? He knows about what we are talking about.
Yeah, look, my first impression, I was shocked first time when I was officiating the USA team, USA national team. And Mike Krzyzewski was the coach. And when I came to the court, it was 2010 World Cup in Turkey. And before the game, I shake the hand. He said, Olegs, during the game, call me Mike. So is it okay that I call you Olegs during the game? I was totally shocked. I said, yes, 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 coach. He said, no, Mike. I said, okay, yes, Mike, no problem. So we love, and this is how I communicate with all the coaches in the EuroLeague and in all the competition, that I call them by name. So if I don't know somebody's first time, I try to learn the name before the game. So I do it in a very positive way. Why it's important? The Americans, they study this, because if somebody is calling me ref, my attention is very low, because a lot of people are calling me ref. So, but if somebody is calling me Olegs, I turn immediately back. If is the same for all of you, that somebody is calling by your name, immediately you call back, because this is how your mother was calling you when you were a kid, to call you to come home. So this is important, and this is a good thing when somebody is calling you by name, and it gives also the respect from their side to you.
And especially for the more difficult situation, if somebody is coming to you in the crazy way, hey, referee, hey, Tommy, take care, be calm. Yeah. So it's different to say, hey, what do you say? Or if you say the name, this is the way to show you are open to calm him. You know, this is my way. Pablo, please.
Bueno, comenta que primero con una anécdota que él en 2010 en una copa, un equipo americano, cuando fue a saludar al entrenador, le dijo, bueno, le llamó por su nombre, le dijo, hola Olegs, llámame Mike, ¿te importa que te llame por tu nombre? Y que él primero se quedó súper sorprendido, pero bueno, que realmente es una forma de acercar, de mantener una atención y de una cercanía mayor, que cuando una persona te llama por tu nombre, tú atiendes o reaccionas de manera mucho más atenta que si te llaman como árbitro, y que esto mismo ocurre al revés. Entonces, que bueno, que es una manera correcta, que él de hecho intenta aprenderse los nombres de los árbitros, de los entrenadores antes de empezar el partido, pues para usarlo así.
Ok, José Cruz dice, gracias Oles, ¿cuál es tu consejo para los comentarios sarcásticos de los entrenadores en relación a cualquiera de tus decisiones? They say, thanks Oleg, what is your advice for the sarcastic comments from the coaches regarding any of your decision during the game?
For this comments, I ignored the comments. If you remember, I told that for the comments, we ignored the comments, but for the questions, we answer the questions. So I really ignore them, because if they go over the line that is your line for the technical foul, you can stop. Hey, stop now. If you continue like this, you will receive a technical foul. But be careful and don't show any signal that you will give a technical foul next time. So, because if there is a situation that you don't want to give a technical foul, the situation is 50-50, so it's better to calm down yourself, and you will not have the pressure to give the technical foul. So for me, I would ignore these sarcastic comments until one moment. If it's coach starting to laugh about you, applause to your face, so this will be a technical foul.
Bueno, comenta que él tiende a responder las preguntas e ignorar los comentarios, y que si en algún momento un entrenador pues pasa la línea que nosotros tenemos para sancionar una falta técnica, avisarle, que evitemos hacer gestos de avisar de a la próxima situación tienes una falta técnica, porque si se da este tipo de situaciones y luego tenemos otra parecida y hemos avisado, si estamos en una situación en la que estamos dudando y creemos que es preferible no sancionar la falta técnica, pero hemos avisado previamente, vamos a tener la presión que probablemente nos lleva a pitarla. Pero bueno, eso dice que en la medida de lo que no pase una línea que sea sancionable, simplemente ignorar los comentarios.
Irina says, thank you, Oleg, for sharing your experience with us. And she asked you about how old were you when you started, and how did you fall in love with the basketball?
I was 14, but before I was doing different sport. I was doing gymnastics, but because of the injury, so I couldn't continue, and I was looking NBA games, so I started to play basketball. But I changed the schools, so I had different difficult times. So and then there was all students in my class, they were playing basketball, and I had a chance to play with them. And actually, basketball saved a lot my life to grow as a person and study. So I'm very thankful for this sport. I was 14. Pablo.
Bueno, comenta que con 14 años, que él primero practicaba otros deportes, que se lesionó y que luego empezó con el baloncesto, que también andaba, bueno, cambiando de colegios y tal, y que le ayudó mucho también en su vida personal y para desarrollarse como persona, de manera que, bueno, que está muy agradecido con el baloncesto como deporte.
Okay, Jose said this is a nice presentation. Thank you for your time. And it's a very long question, but anyway, he said, I think we all know that looking in the eye while talking to coaches is essential. Like, for instance, when introducing ourselves to them or addressing their question and remark. But if we call a technical foul on a coach, is stated that him, her, always a bad choice? Should we just walk away and stay quiet for a while? What do you think, Olegs?
With the technical fouls, I had before in this presentation, but I was thinking it will be too long for also to discuss the technical fouls. So with the technical fouls, is the most important tip, that you don't give the technical foul to the face of the player or the referee or the coach. So you don't show to the face. When you want to show a technical foul, you turn your back, you turn your side, and you give a technical foul. So when you report, you walk away without any communication, because technical foul is already our body language communication to the situation that is going on. There is another thing that if the coach is continuing to argue, then is important for the teamwork who is in your team, how he will deal with the coach to stop, to give him the chance to stop, or if the coach doesn't stop, he's going out. But also there is another tip that I will give, that for the both coaches and players, I always give the time to stop for a second, and I tell them stop now. They continue, I say stop now. If they continue, boom, it's a technical foul. So, and then I do it loudly. I loudly say, so that the other players, not only from one team or from both teams, I tell them loudly that I told him twice to stop, but he never stopped. So, and then everybody understood that I take all the responsibility from my shoulders and I put on the players who had a chance to stop for something. It's the same with the coaches.
Pablo, por favor.
This is after you call the first technical fault, right?
I say stop before.
Yes, after the first one. Before the first one.
Also, before the first one, I can say stop now. to give the chance to with emotions, where everybody is emotional, we are not robots, we make mistakes, and I give the chance to stop if it's not so much aggressive. But if it's in a normal way, to ask something that is not you know, it's going over the limit, but you understand that you made the mistake for his reaction, and you try to calm down. You say, hey, stop now, and to give the warning so you understand this.
Okay. Bueno, comenta que, que una falta técnica ya es comunicación con el jugador, de manera que lo primero que hace es, cuando señalizamos una falta técnica, nunca pitarla en la cara del jugador o del entrenador, sino, si estamos incluso cerca, girarnos y desde ese lado sancionarla, no a la cara del jugador directamente. Posteriormente, bueno, comenta que él siempre da un par de segundos para aguantar esa falta técnica, ese momento de tensión, y avisa verbalmente para te voy a tener que sancionar una técnica, y si continúa, sanciona la falta técnica, y dice verbalmente, le he dado o sea, le he pedido que pare 2 veces, y no lo ha hecho, para realmente responsabilizar al jugador o al entrenador de la propia falta técnica. Y además comenta que cuando tiene que sancionar una falta técnica, what was the second tip? I don't remember. It was the second tip. It was not calling it face to face, telling him to stop.
You turn your body to the side or you turn the back.
Yeah. Y dice que cuando se sanciona una falta técnica, tú vas a señalizar directamente, y es tu compañero, tienes que tener claro quiénes son tus compañeros, y que es tu compañero el que se encarga de controlar el juego posteriormente si tú vas a señalizar.
Okay. Now it's Antonio Conde. You know him very well. He's our colleague from Spain. He sent you a big heart. He said, as you say, the practice of body language is a matter of preparation and the proper training. Talking about teamwork, could you share with us any non-verbal communication or signal you establish during the game with partners while the ball is live in order to share any information? And the second one is, how important is the eye contact between refs during the game to get a real teamwork?
Antonio, nice to see you here. For the non-verbal communication, my answer would be that for the warning, just for the partners to understand that we give a warning to the player or to the coach. We don't show that we give a technical foul next time, but I say that every time we show the finger. So this is the way of that we give the warning. So, and this is the communication between us before the game. When we the other communication is, but we also discussed this in the pre-game, that if there is last seconds going on and the team is not in bonus, we always show how many fouls left on the to go to the bonus. So let's say they can make 2 fouls before go to the bonus. So we show that it's 2 they can make 2 fouls before going to the bonus. So they are going to make the fouls very quickly and before the act of shooting. So this is the communication between us during the game. This is non-verbal communication that everybody needs to understand. This is that this is not non-written signals. And answering the second question was
eye contact.
Eye contact for me is unbelievably important. I know if we have good eye contact, then we have much less problems, and then we are not losing the position. We are rotating on time and in the right way. And for me, is key for the good teamwork is the eye contact. If honestly speaking, in all the EuroLeague games, if I don't have enough eye contact, I am very open to say to my partners, I don't see you, I need more eye contact with you. And it doesn't matter who is this partner. When I was a young guy, I said to all the old guys, I don't see you. Can we have a better eye contact? And then when we have, immediately you start to create also relations with these older officials. They start to understand that you are not so bad, so that you communicate and you really look at them in the very professional way. Pablo.
Vale, comenta que, bueno, la primera pregunta habla sobre la comunicación no verbal entre los árbitros y cómo la organizan, y él dice que en el prepartido siempre trata dos temas. Uno, que no se señalicen, que no se avisen las faltas técnicas con un gesto claro, sino que simplemente con un dedo arriba, con un dedo alzado, que simplemente eso, mientras habla con el entrenador, sirve como aviso. Y luego dice que cuando señalizan faltas y quedan tiempo para el bonus, o sea, quedan faltas para el bonus, que se hacen la señal de cuántas faltas quedan. Pues quedan 2 faltas o quedan 3 faltas para llegar a esa situación de bonus de equipo. Y luego, en cuanto a la segunda pregunta, que habla de la comunicación visual durante el partido cuando el balón está vivo, él dice que para él es muy importante y que un partido en el que hay comunicación visual y contacto visual va a haber muchos menos problemas. Que de hecho él en Euroliga, desde que empezó, si en un partido no lo tiene, se lo pide a sus compañeros y se lo dice. Y que también fue una forma, pues, de conseguir un mayor respeto y una mayor conectividad con sus compañeros cuando estaba empezando.
Yeah. Jesus say, how is your internal communication before and during the game? And in what way you work your inner confidence during the game? Thank you, say.
Okay, I think for the first question I answered in the previous, so how we communicate with a non-verbal communication. And during the timeouts, when I was explaining that if I don't like something, if there is something going on and we start to miss, I'm very open to speak about this. And usually there are different people who like to be, how to say, that everything is okay, but then for me is important, much more important, not somebody's feelings, but is important the game. So if there is something going on and we are missing, I will be open to speak about this, that we need to change this. And after the game, believe me, veteran officials, young officials, they appreciate this, that we change something and that you are not quiet. You see something, but you are quiet. So this is a communication, open communication, and with these signals, small signals that you discussed before the game, that you are, and with the eye contact, then you're creating this internal communication. And the second question was how you get the self-confidence. I talk to myself during the game a lot. So I said that is another game. You are here because you deserve this, and you have been here for many years. So you are doing the same job, and everybody is trusting you. So you are doing the same. Don't change anything. Just do yourself. And people, they don't like ups and downs. They like that you are really the same criteria and the same way during long period and going up slowly. Pablo?
Okay, Pablo.
Yeah, vale, primero comenta que, bueno, con la primera pregunta, que él sí que habla y se comunica mucho en los tiempos muertos, que es importante señalar qué es lo que está mal, si hay algún problema, que hay gente que, bueno, simplemente sí, está todo bien, pero que realmente lo que funciona es que si ves un problema, comunicarlo, hablarlo con el resto, que al final del partido es mucho mejor y ayuda mucho más el comentar los problemas y buscar pues una solución, y que eso en los tiempos muertos lo hace mucho. Y luego que en su comunicación consigo mismo, que él se habla mucho durante los partidos, que realmente recuerda que está donde está porque se lo merece o porque ha llegado ahí, y que bueno, que entonces que el objetivo es ser arbitrar como él está arbitrando, no cambiar su línea, porque mantener el criterio realmente es lo que te da más confianza y es lo que la gente busca.
Ok. Chicos y chicas, no nos va a dar tiempo a hacer más, nos quedan 10 minutos para terminar, entonces lamentablemente no nos va a dar tiempo a hacer otras preguntas. Olegs, I say to the guys and to the girl, of course, we don't have more time to make a lot of questions, so I propose you to finish in 10 minutes because you have your family, everything. So Pepe say when we penalize a technical foul to the coach, usually after this he continues talking or protesting or crying or whatever. How can we manage this situation immediately after technical foul?
This is another partner, is your partner who should manage the situation, and then he can use this tactics with the 2 times to stop immediately to him and to really go to him in a strong way, because the person who gave one technical foul and is leaving doesn't see him and cannot continue. And it's up to the coach now and up to your partner if he can manage the situation to stop from the second technical foul or not. But this is a teamwork, and if I'm the guy who is coming because one referee gave a technical foul and is walking away, when I am coming, I go with 2 hands and I say, coach, stop now, because then I have to give I have no other choice to give a second technical foul. Stop now. And if he's coming down, then you can communicate, or you can stop communicating. You just calm him down and you let him calm down. This is my advice.
Vale, comenta que la labor de controlar después de pitar una falta técnica es del compañero del que la pita y no del que la pita, que es el compañero el que tiene que ir a controlar esta situación, que podemos usar la técnica que nos comentaba antes de los 2 avisos, de cálmate, cálmate, que mantener las manos arriba cuando llegamos puede ayudar, y eso, repetirle que si continúa con este comportamiento, te vas a ver obligado a pitar una segunda falta técnica. Eso, lo que comentaba antes.
Okay, very clear question from Jorge Fernandez. He says is for a good development of the game, as a referee, do you consider that the criteria should be maintained from the start of the game?
Of course, this is the key.
This is the key for everything. Pablo, por favor.
Sí, dice que claro, que es clave.
Okay. Thank you for a great presentation. He says also, do you have any comment or sentence you normally use in order to finish a conversation with a coach that is complaining?
There is no one sentence. There is not the same 2 coaches who is complaining the same way. It depends if you are right or wrong, and what is your reaction. But I would suggest to try different approaches to different coaches to understand, because they are testing us and we can test them the same way. But the one thing should be, the coaches are not so good in the rules. So, but you need to be very good in the rules and to say something by the rules. Don't say bullshit, don't say lies, but say by the rules. So the rules will keep you under, protected, much more protected if you want to answer something in the end of the conversation.
Pablo.
Vale, comenta que bueno, que no hay una frase que termine todas las conversaciones, porque no hay 2 protestas iguales, no hay 2 entrenadores iguales, que igual que ellos nos prueban a nosotros, también podemos nosotros pues ir probando con diferentes entrenadores, diferentes formas de hablar con ellos para llegar a un punto final, que de todas maneras lo que tenemos que hacer es usar las reglas, que no usemos paja ni usemos tonterías, ni mintamos, que simplemente tener un buen conocimiento de las reglas y defendernos con las reglas es la mejor forma para solucionar ese tipo de situaciones.
Noelia pregunta si has estado en otros países con diferentes lenguas, como por ejemplo China, y si en esos casos usaría el mismo lenguaje corporal. Noelia say if it's in relation with the different country, different cultures, and the body language. She say when you are in another countries, for example, like China, where everybody is different, everybody is using different signal, different way to communicate. What do you think about it? You use another kind of body language. You put in your mind, I am in China, I am in Japan, or I am in I don't know where, and for this reason I need to change my style or not?
No way, because you are not Chinese, first of all. You are not, you don't do this, you are not from this culture, from the childhood. I'm coming to any country, and this is, I use my body language and my signals to show that I am working there. Then they will follow you and find some good tips from you, but you do not choose, you do not need to change your style because of the different circumstances. I don't change my style if I officiate local games or EuroLeague game or Olympic games between big teams. I don't change anything. I do the same, and my habits are the same in all the competitions.
Bueno, comenta que aunque cambies de zona, que no tienes que cambiar tu estilo ni tu forma de arbitrar, que tú no eres de la otra cultura donde estás o del otro lugar, sino que pues tú tienes tu forma de señalizar y que también ellos pueden sacar cosas positivas de ello. Pero vamos, que dice que no cambia su forma de arbitrar en un partido local que en un partido de Euroliga o en unos Juegos Olímpicos, que es su estilo.
Okay. Vicente Bulto, well known for you, of course, send you a big hug. He say very nice to see you again. And he asked you about the use of microphones during the game, because now you know during the games, the TV broadcasting requirements or whatever. Do you like it, or can affect your body language during timeouts because you have a microphone in your chair? And finally, he said, best regards.
Vicente, very happy to see you here. Best regards from me. And answering the question, I don't like the microphones, but it gives us the opportunity for people to understand how professional we can be, and we are, by using professional language and not using bad language. And it's very difficult, honestly speaking, in the first times when you have the microphone and you understand that everyone is listening to you, what you are speaking and how you speak. You need to practice this before the game with your partners to speak. Guys, this is first. If somebody is first time, it will be really difficult. If it's not, then it will be really helpful from the others to use the common language. Some people don't like to be in front of the microphone, in front of the cameras or the microphones. So I would really suggest that we practice this, and then we will understand that how difficult or how easy it is. I don't like it, but it can give us a huge, how to say, advantage that people understand that we are using so many different terminology and that how professional we are.
Bueno, sí, dice que aunque no le guste, que puede ayudar mucho pues a transmitir una imagen de profesionalidad hacia el exterior, que bueno, que puede ser complicado y que hay mucha gente que no está preparada o habituada a hablar con un micrófono, y que también hay que practicar el tema de pues hablar al no utilizar ningún tipo de lenguaje pues no adecuado por el hecho de que te está escuchando todo el mundo. Pero bueno, eso, que aunque no le guste, que puede ser una imagen de profesionalidad hacia el exterior.
Okay. Finally, José Martín Beltrán also well known for you, Olegs. Say hi, Oleg. Delighted to hear you and proud to have shared experience and games. Excellent meeting and thanks for making it easy. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thank you.
Ok. Nada, para finalizar, bueno, ya estamos todos en la pantalla. Olegs, thank you very much. I think it was a very, very good lecture. Your English was really good. I need some Spanish words from your side, please, to show to everybody you were in Spain a lot of time. So please say something in Spanish.
Every time when we go for dinner, I order bocadillo de jamón or do queso. So this is when we go with Emilio or Miguel. So
Okay,
yes,
thank you.
thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I'm very proud to invite you here, and I'm really very happy because you are a very good referee, and the body language is one of your best goal. But I know you practice and your efforts during a lot of years to do in this way, and now for this reason you are one of the top referees in Europe and around the world. So we open now the microphone. Vamos a abrir ahora los micrófonos, por favor, y despedimos a Olegs con un fuerte aplauso. Un fuerte aplauso. Muchas gracias a todos, cuidaros por favor y hasta la próxima actividad que será mañana para oficiales de mesa y la semana próxima con John Gobel de la NBA y Peter Mayo. Bueno, buenas noches y hasta la próxima. Adiós, gracias.
Muchas gracias. Muchas gracias.
Adiós.
Chao.
Gracias.
Antonio.